Football Friday Night Extra, sponsored by Johnny's Pizza House, Williams Orthodontics, Guerrero and Guerrero the Injury Attorneys, Mer Rouge Tire, North Monroe Baptist Church, Bayou Kubota, and Pinnacle Family Health.
Well, week 8 of high school football officially comes to a close. Lots of great football during week 8. Lots of close battles, lots of blowouts. We had some big games right here in our own backyard. OCS Mangum, we saw Mangum last week against Oak Grove. Tight game. This week, different story.
It definitely was. It wasn't tight this week. I can promise you that. It got out of hand early. Our game of the week. So let's go ahead. We might as well go ahead and get into it. Game of the week, the unblemished OCS Eagles and those pesky Mangum Dragons. Where else would we start? There go Luke with Dream. He's ready to go. Where else would we start? Then with Mr. Make It Look Easy, Macon Leonard rumbling down. He's brought down inside the red zone. And like I always say, just keep feeding them. You can't go wrong. They do just that. Bowls over the defender on his way into the end zone for the opening touchdown of the game. Dragons trying to get something going on 4th down. He drops back, but it was Patrick Turpin laying the boom and saying, "No mas, get off my turf." He gets them off the field, and then Luke Badrine drops back the pass, dumps it off over the middle to Jude Turner. He makes his way on the doorstep of that end zone. But then it was Mr. Make It Look Easy once again. He don't knock on doors. He bulldozes them down. OCS having their way with the Dragons right now. That bad man, once again, Mr. Make It Look Easy, not letting up on this running defense, plowing down the field, gets the Eagles back in striking distance for the first down. Move those chains. He's right there, and then it was the 1-2 punch like no other. Jude Turner again. It's my turn. Stomps into the end zone for another touchdown. OCS running away. Mangum trying to get it going. Kobe Casey flings it to Blake Pierce on the sidelines and give the Dragons some juice, get some life back into them. A few plays later, Casey rolling out the pocket, throws it on the run, double coverage. It don't matter. It's Peter Bigelow with the big-time snap, giving his team some life again. They're getting off life support. And then Luke Badrine said, all right, time to pull the plug. He's scared of he ain't scared of that contact. Lowers the shoulder, bulls his way into pay dirt, and puts the Dragons out of their misery. OCS dominates the Dragons 50-16.
All right, big game over at Neville High School as Ouachita Lions came to town looking to come off a 2-game losing streak. But I tell you what, all Tigers early in this one. Parker Robinson finds Javari Lockhart, who is stopped just short of the goal line right here, and that sets up to Darcy Lemons from just about a yard out, and just check him out here. Gonna fight his way in here, and let everybody know about it. Neville leads 7-0 early in this game, but they're not done. That defense is going to come up big right here. Lions go to the tunnel screen. How about Julian Juju Burns all over this one? Ouachita forced to punt at that point in the game. Now, next Tigers possession. Robinson finds Trendon Dumas, who takes it inside the 5-yard line right here. Yeah, great stuff. And then they're going to hand it off to their guy, Jalen Nichols, who punches it home, and that extends the Tiger lead out to 13-0 after a missed PAT. But just when you thought they were done, no, they're not. Next offensive possession, Parker Robinson hits to Darcy Lemons on a quick hitter. He tight ropes the sidelines, dives in for the touchdown. 20-0 Neville in the first quarter. Yeah, we thought this game was over. Lions had something to say about that. How about Montrell Connor going to the air to MJ Dade, and he's going to take this thing 70 yards in for the score. And just like that, the Lions showing they have a little bit of life left in them, and they're not done just yet. That defense is going to carry off the momentum. Let's start with the big guys in the middle. How about Dylan Berryman getting through the offensive line with ease and going to bring down the ball carrier for a 3-yard loss right there. And the Lions back on offense. Montrell Connor this time going to go to Wendell Clark Jr., who check out the moves right here. The spin move. Whoop. Yeah, nobody's touching him right here. Ducking, dodging, doing a little bit of everything. Big time first down. Then the Lions going to go with a little trick play. Reverse to Nick Nelson. Check him out, get to the outside. He's going to find his way into the end zone. Yeah, the Lions have some momentum, but no, they don't. There's a flag on the play in this one. Called back for a hold. No points on the board after a missed field goal. And Parker Robinson looks to extend right here. Goes down the field. How about Clark Jr. coming away with the interception and a nice return on the back end of this thing right here. But I tell you what, that's going to set up Montrell Connor to MJ Dade. And check out Dade go to work right here. Yeah, check him out, getting to the sideline, going to dive in. Thought he may have stepped out of bounds, didn't matter. The officials ruled it a touchdown. It made it 20-14 at the half, but in the second half of this game, the Neville Tigers would run away. They would do what the Tigers do, run away with the big one in this one, 41-14, your final in that one.
All right, let's head over to a pinked-out Rebel Stadium for the senior night matchup against the West Monroe Rebels and the Pineville Rebels. West Monroe up first. Ryder DeJean would have passed up the middle to Sam Turner, and he would pick up a few yards before being brought down. DeJean with a quick toss to Dravian McNeil, and nobody would be anywhere near him as he took it in for a West Monroe touchdown. Pineville's Aiden Tate hands it off to Hakeem Mix, and with his short stature, he would elude defenders before being brought down himself. Tate eyeing down his receiver, Camarion Phillips, and Phillips would get the ball in traffic and take it in for a Pineville touchdown. Back and forth game. Pineville will bobble their field goal kick, and it will be recovered by West Monroe. But West Monroe could not capitalize on the play, leading them to have to punt it away. But Daniel Lane will bobble the kick, and he would try to run it before being slammed to the ground by Pineville defenders. In perfect field advantage, Tate will call his own number and run it straight up the gut for another Pineville touchdown. But those will be the only points Pineville will score in the first half. West Monroe said enough is enough and came out swinging. The DeJean handoff to Christian Ponte, and he will run it up the sideline, breaking a tackle for a 51-yard touchdown. Nobody was seeing him, and he was on fire the entire game. Pineville wouldn't get on the board no more after a complete West Monroe domination of 41-13.
All right, we head over to St. Fred for homecoming night. Our Chief Photog's brother was inducted to the St. Fred Hall of Fame for soccer. Congratulations on that achievement. Now let's get to this football game. Starts with JoJo Taylor and the Warriors. Yeah, he's going to take this ball. He's going to rush in for the 26-yard touchdown run, I should say. And that's going to start the fun right here. Warriors take an early 7-0 lead, and this is just the beginning of the end right here. How about Jarvis Walker, QB1? Yeah, he's gonna go to the air right here. He's gonna find Taylor, and it's gonna be a 46-yard touchdown reception. Makes it 14-0. Tell you what, the defense will come away with 2 INTs in this game. One from Warner Thompson and one from, how about lineman Wyatt Poland right here. Big win for Chip Bilderback and company as the Warriors get the win 56-8, your final in that one. And we're just now getting started with Football Friday Night Extra. Don't go anywhere. We'll have plenty more football coming up after the break.
Football Friday Night Extra, sponsored by Johnny's Pizza House, Williams Orthodontics, Guerrero and Guerrero the Injury Attorneys, Mer Rouge Tire, North Monroe Baptist Church, Bayou Kubota, and Pinnacle Family Health.
All right, hopping back into it, the West Washita Chiefs, they travel down to take on the Wasserman Wildcats. Chiefs handed off to their fullback, M.J. Owens, who gets a nice gain right outside that end zone, right near the red zone. Then they give it to him again at the goal line. The big man plows his way into the end zone for the touchdown. And then a couple drives later, the Chiefs getting the tricks out the bag, going on the reverse handoff to Caden Miller, waiting for his block to sit up. Wow. He gets the hole. He is gone. There's no one left to catch him. He trots in for the touchdown. Chiefs up 14-0. Wildcats trying to get some offense going. Hand it off to R.J. Wilson. Finds some room in the middle of that defense. Put put him right outside the end zone. Fired up right now. 3 plays later, the quarterback, Terrence Long, keeps it, gets the edge and reaches for the power line. He gets in for the touchdown. Lights were out. Guess it was spooky season. It's Halloween already. Wildcats back on offense, though, going for the deep pass and call Nelly. It's a tip drill right to his teammate Matthew Lee. And now get the engine revved up. He is on the move. He says, go ahead, put some points on the board. You know where I'm headed. To the house. The West Washita Chiefs making history almost 34-13 over Wasman to get the win, move to 7-1. 2 wins away from making history at that school right now. Wow.
All right, hugs all around for the Sterlington versus Bastrop matchup. There were some lighting issues at Memorial Stadium, but that didn't stop Hagen Herron with a strong first down run to start the game off. J-Rob Breen with a quarterback keep on this very next play, and they will push it in for a Panthers touchdown. Next up is Bastrop, but that Sterlington defense is nothing to play with. Tamarian Birch would end up getting sacked, and he would just be brought down by Sterlington's strong defense. And then back-to-back sacks would happen, but this time Cameron Bagwell with a sack of his own. And then the Panthers would take over on downs. Herron would pick up a first down for Sterlington, but this time he is carrying defenders on his back. And it was all about Herron in this game, breaking free, and nobody is catching that man. Straight green grass in front of him. Panthers touchdown. Panthers up once again, but it is Carter McClinton this time, and he gets to the outside, running straight towards the cameraman, but he would pick up the first down. And then TJ Birch would find the hole on this very next play, and he would get into the end zone for another Panthers touchdown and then plow right through the defenders. Bastrop would try to come back, but it wouldn't be enough, losing 37-22 against Sterlington.
2 incredible games right there. We had West Washita playing some good football. Sterlington finally finding some footing and getting back to the Sterlington Panthers that we all love to know. Now, coming up after the break, we're going to take a trip over to the Shreveport area to check in on Pop Houston and the Evangel Christian Eagles. That's coming up after the break.
Football Friday Night Extra, sponsored by Johnny's Pizza House, Williams Orthodontics, Guerrero and Guerrero the Injury Attorneys, Mer Rouge Tire, North Monroe Baptist Church, Bayou Kubota, and Pinnacle Family Health.
All right, doing something a little different, heading over to the Shreveport area because of this guy right here, Pop Houston. We saw this young man throw for 817 yards in a single game already this season. But in this game, first play is Josh Isaac on the carry, up the middle, straight through the Halton defense. In for the score. It's a 7-0 lead with just 10 seconds into the game, and then Eagles keep it going. Peyton Houston connects with Isaac once again. This time he's up the sideline for the big gain. Evangel's within the 10-yard line, and that leads to this play right here. Yeah, he's going to find his way in for the score. 14-0 Evangel at that point in the game. Halton not going down without a fight throw. Taylor Weathersby launches this one. Nice catch by Zoo Davis as he takes it in for the Bucks touchdown right here. I'll tell you what, Evangel Christian, they're finding their groove right here as they come away with a big 55-27 win.
All right, heading over to this Captain Shreve matchup. Coy Brotherton and the Panthers take on the road at a very dangerous Captain Shreve team. First quarter, Brody Savage looking deep down the field, but is picked off by Trent Howard. Panthers are now in business. And then the very next play, you know they have a good ground game, and they showed it early. Camario Mayo finds a crease and he is gone right into your living room. In for the touchdown. Parkway takes a 6-0 lead. Second quarter now 13-0 Panthers. Captain Street leading and answered Demercia Platter with some tough running off the left side for the first down. A couple plays later, Savage pushes his way into the end zone to make it a 13-7 ball game. Parkwood will pull away and win big, 52-33 over Captain Street.
I'll tell you what's interesting, Captain Shreve, that Mr. Platter, I read something earlier that he was about 237 yards away from eclipsing 2,000 yards through 7 games.
Wow.
That's crazy. We're talking about Ashton Genty of Boise State. He's the Ashton Genty
literally.
of Northeast Louisiana football. That's crazy.
Got a perfect last name. He putting defenses on a platter.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, these are two great teams. We don't really have a chance very much to see these Shreveport teams, but it's always pretty fun to see the talent over there, and especially getting to see Pop Houston.
Oh, yeah.
Wish he would have thrown for another 817 yards, something like that. I don't know.
We can't get a little too selfish now.
Hey, a win is a win. You can just ask for that. Hey, if you can get 2 yards and get a win, they'll take it.
Well, when we come back after the break, we've got some Arkansas football to bring you. That's coming up when we return on Football Friday Night Extra.
Football Friday Night Extra, sponsored by Johnny's Pizza House, Williams Orthodontics, Guerrero and Guerrero the Injury Attorneys, Mer Rouge Tire, North Monroe Baptist Church, Bayou Kubota, and Pinnacle Family Health.
How about we do some Arkansas football now? The Junction City Dragons would host Murfreesboro's Rattlers in a huge conference contest. The winner will most likely win the conference and have home field advantage. The third quarter began. The score was 22-14 Rattlers. It was a bunch of defensive drives as neither the Rattlers nor the Dragons could complete a drive and score in the third. The fourth quarter would begin and Murfreesboro would finally wake the game back up with a touchdown run from Rattlers starting quarterback after 2-point conversion. The score was 30-14. With 5 minutes to go, the Dragons would then throw an interception on the next drive and kill any hope of a comeback. Murfreesboro's Rattlers would beat the Junction City Dragons 30-14, your final in that one.
All right, the Parker's Chapel Trojans hosted the Smackover Buckaroos in a conference contest. The Trojans would strike first with a 10-minute drive. That's almost the entire quarter. That wouldn't result in a Dyson Duggan 1-yard touchdown run. They would fail the 2-point conversion. The Trojans would attempt an onside kick, trying to catch them outside, would be penalized. So the Buckaroos gained great field position with that leverage. Smackover would strike first with a touchdown run by Jovania Oliver. Hey, you got a name on him. They would make the extra point, making the game 7-6 after the first quarter. But the Buckaroos would lose this one 44-18.
I'm coming to find out every time I hear Smackover Buckaroos, it's becoming one of my favorite mascots in this area that I've heard. I've heard a lot of mascots. That's got to be one of my favorites, the Smackover Buckaroos.
I thought it was a joke at first, but then I was like, oh no, that's actually their mascot. No, it really is a great mascot though.
I'll tell you what, when we get back, we're going to wrap things up on week 8 of high school football. Plenty to talk about, plus some college football to break down and from previous weeks to break down. So I got some things to get off my chest about the Mizzou Tigers and the Marvin Tigers. It's coming up after the break.
Football Friday Night Extra, sponsored by Johnny's Pizza House, Williams Orthodontics, Guerrero and Guerrero, the injury attorneys, Mer Rouge Tire, North Monroe Baptist Church, Bayou Kubota, and Pinnacle Family Health.
All right, as you see, just I and I right now. Before Jeremy gets back on, I just got to say MIZZOU. Those Missouri Tigers a couple weeks ago beating Auburn, but that's besides the point.
I don't want to see nothing yellow at all for the next few weeks. I don't want to see nothing yellow.
And I don't want to see nothing orange because Rocky Top beating Alabama is crazy.
Wait till they play LSU. You're going to see me decked out in purple and gold.
Yeah, I'm scared about that one.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's wrap up on week 8 of high school football and start off with that OCS Mangum. We talked about it. This would be the first test for them, and they really came out there and they took care of business.
Yeah, they absolutely did. I've said all year, this team hasn't really been tested up until now. And, going against a Mangum team was going to be the first test of the season where we really got to see what this team is made of. And I told him, Macon came up to me the sidelines and said, we got our little predictions a little wrong. I had them losing, I had them winning close. I had to think about it. But they came out and showed this team might be for real. There was a fire in those players' eyes I haven't seen all year. And they came out and took it to Mangum. And that proved to me that is going to be a team that nobody wants to face from here on if they can play like that.
And I think we're seeing, obviously we know what Macon Leonard can do. I think we're seeing Luke Vidrine, even in week 8, week after week after week, just getting better. And those receivers are coming up, stepping up, making plays. So OCS is going to be dangerous. Another big game from week 8 of high school football. Ruston goes on the road to Ash, and they fall for the second straight week in a row. I think that's a team right now kind of in shock, 20-game win streak. That's a lot to process, but Jared Ball will have those guys ready to come back and play come week 9 and ready to get back in the win column.
For sure. It's the Neville curse, though. I'm trying to tell you.
And definitely, like I said, it's a tough loss again. 2 in a row against Neville, and now against Ash 1 and 2 in that district now, and you can't afford to fall back in that district right now. Yep. So it's a tough loss in the way that they're losing, but I have faith that they're going to get it back on track. It's just a quick fix. I think it's going to get back where it needs to be for them.
Well, I'll tell you what, week 8 of high school football, man, what a great one it was. And I think I'm wanting to stay and have more week 8 football, just how fun it was. But unfortunately, cannot do that. We'll see you all back here next week for week 9 of high school football. For Zach Richardson, Ayanna Bronner, Jeremy Bryant, we'll see you next week.